Morning children, welcome to your English video lecture. So children, as you all know that we are doing chapter number 4 from your book Honeysuckle, right? And the name of the book chapter is An Indian American Woman in Space, right? And the chapter, we have already done the chapter reading, and with chapter reading I have already explained the chapter to you. So this is the second part of the video children, and here in this video we will be discussing the chapter. Okay, we will discuss a short summary of the chapter, and with that summary we will also discuss that what is the moral of the story, and then we are going to do the textual question answers. Okay students, so as you all already know that the chapter is all about the Indian American woman, which is Kalpana Chawla. And I hope that after watching the video, first part of the video, you all are quite familiar with this name, and those who are not even, who didn't know that who Kalpana Chawla is, they also know that now, by now all of you know that who Kalpana Chawla is and what she has done, in her life. Okay, so as we were doing the chapter, we saw that how inspiring her story was, right? The story of Kalpana Chawla, the life story of Kalpana Chawla, and how she was able to achieve her dreams were truly inspiring. Okay, so let's go through the summary of the chapter. Okay, okay, so let's start. As a child, Kalpana never dreamt of space travel. It was not sufficient for her to graduate from an engineering college. So Kalpana never imagined that she would ever cross the frontiers of the space. Means she never had this idea or any type of dream when she was growing up that she would go, go to the space, and she could be able to cross the boundaries of the earth. Okay, when she was growing up, she was a simple girl who used to live in Karnal. Okay, she is from Karnal, Haryana. Okay, it's a place in Karnal is a place in Haryana. So she was from there, and when she was growing up, she never had a dream of becoming an astronaut, or she have never had a dream that she would go, in the space. But while she was growing up, when she got the opportunity, she thought that she is fortunate enough that her parents had allowed her to go to the engineering college. Okay, and what happened after she graduated? Okay, after graduating as an aeronautical engineering from Punjab Engineering College, she went for a master's degree to United States in spite of her father's opposition. Okay, so what happened when she graduated with her degree in aeronautical engineering? What is aeronautical engineering? Aeronautical engineering is basically the study of spaces. Okay, so when she completed her aeronautical engineering from Punjab, she decided that now she wants to go for the master's degree in the similar subject, and the college or the place where she chooses was United States. Okay, and when she decided that she wants to go and study masters in her subject from United States, her father was not in the in her support, so he was opposing her decisions to go to the United States and study her masters from there. While her father was in opposition, she still wanted to go there, and she still, in spite of his opposition, she still manages to go to the United States and study her subject from there. Okay, and after she received the master's degree from the United States, she later did her PhD in the subject. Okay, and in which subject she did her PhD? She did her PhD in aeronautical engineering. She had the pride of being the first Indian born American woman astronaut to blast off from Florida and be a part of the successful space mission. So she had this pride of being the first woman from India who's born in India, but is now when she went to the space, she was an American citizen because she had married to a flight instructor by the name Jean Perry Harrison. So when she also got the US citizenship. She was born in India, and she was also a US citizen, so she was she has the pride of being the first Indian born American woman. Indian born American woman means she was born in India, but later she got the US citizenship also. Okay, and she had this opportunity to go to the space mission from Florida. From Florida, blast off from Florida means the spaceship in which she went. Okay, uh, it started from Florida. Okay, and she was also part of mission which is successful. The mission was successful. Okay, the mission in which she went, that mission was successful. But this whole chapter is about the tragic incident which happened when she was coming back from the space. Okay, so now let's read continuous summary. Kalpana was born in Karnal, Haryana, but was a naturalist US citizen. So, what happened? She was born in Haryana, okay, Haryana, Karnal, and she got her US citizenship as she married a flight instructor, Jean Perry Harrison. Okay, she was married to Jean Perry Harrison. Okay, and what happened after? What happened means she was not only an astronaut. Okay, she was also a trainee to fly. She was also trained to fly single and multi-engine landed aeroplanes, single seaplanes, and gliders. So you can see that how hardworking she was. The achievement that she got while she was even when she was not able to get the permission, the permission to go to the place where she wanted to go. She When she was growing up, she never had a dream, but while she was growing up, with time, she got to know that what she likes doing. Okay, and in that field she excelled completely. Okay, so she was not only an astronaut, but she was also a trained to fly single and multi engine landed aeroplanes. Okay, she was a certified flight instructor, and she got a certificate in flight instructor. Means as a flight instructor means she not only she was able to fly the planes, but she was able to to teach others also that how they can fly it. Okay, so after qualifying as a pilot, she decided to apply to NASA space shuttle program and was selected for training as an astronaut. Okay, when she got what she wanted, when she had achieved one dream, after following her first dream and achieving it with her hard work, she decided to move on to the next plan, which was for her to go to the NASA space shuttle program. And when she applied for the program, she also got selected there, and she also gets selected as a trainee. Okay, trainee for what? Train She was also got selected as a trainee for becoming an astronaut in NASA. Okay, let's move on. She was an extraordinary woman who thought differently and was an enthusiast and optimistic. So she, as you can see, that how extraordinary she is. The achievement that are mentioned in the lesson are so much for us to digest, that a single person has done this. She was a good student. She has done her masters, she has done her PhD. Okay, PhD is quite a big degree. Okay, and not only that, she was even trained to fly planes, and was an instructor also. And after all these achievements, she also got selected in NASA to becoming an astronaut. So you can see that how extraordinary Kalpana Chawla was. Okay, who thought differently. She was someone who has dreams, and in achieving her dreams, she also did all the hard work that she could, and with her hard work she was able to achieve her dreams. Okay, and she was an enthusiast means someone who was always enthusiastic, that I want to do this, and she always as you can see that when she was doing her study, she decided to go to the master's degree, and after master's she achieved her PhD degree. And even with the flying, when she decided that she wanted to fly the planes, after achieving that thing, that she is now a person who is able to fly planes, she never stopped there. She was always ready to learn something new. After the flying, after the becoming a flying assistant, after the licensed flight after she got her licensed in flying, she decided that she wants to move to NASA. So she never stopped dreaming. She was always dreaming, and she was always doing all the hard work that she could to achieve her dreams. Okay, and she was an optimistic means someone who is always positive. She was always positive with her thoughts, she was always positive with her ideas, she was always positive with her you know and the work that she wanted to do. She was someone who never stopped dreaming. As you can see that her achievements are so much for a single person to do. She did what she wanted to do, she dreamt, and after dreaming she also was able to achieve it because she did the hard work, she was optimistic about it, and with her positivity she was able to do all the things, she was able to achieve whatever she liked. Her first space mission was 16 days long. During this time, the travel she traveled 10.45 million kilometers in 252 orbits. Okay, so her first space mission was of 16 days, which was around 10.45 million kilometers long. Okay, she traveled this much distance. Okay, and in 252 orbits. The crew had 7 members and they conducted 80 experiments. Okay, so there was total 7 members uh, in the spaceship. Okay, and they all conducted around 80 experiments. Okay, they also checked if food could be grown in space, how strong metals and fast computers chip could be created. So what are the one of the few of the experiment are that they check that how food could be grown in the space, and how strong metals are, and also that how fast computer chips can be created. So these are the few experiment out of 80 experiments. Okay, the news of Colombian disaster made everyone. While the Colombian is the name of the rocket. Okay, when they were coming in, so what happened, a tragic incident happened, and in that tragic incident she and other members, they all lost their lives. So while this the news broke out, what happened, all the people, they were in doubt, they were not even realizing that this is something which actually happened. All of the people, all of them, they were praying that this is disaster, this disaster is something which is cannot be accepted. They were all in shock, they were all in disbelief. And the people in her hometown, okay, Karnal, okay, she was from Karnal, so people from her hometown, they were they spent their night sleepless. Okay, and all the thousands of household, they stayed glued to their television sets in the hope that Kalpana and the crew had somehow survived, but this never happened. And after all this incident, a journalist said in her in his column that she was a heroine. He called her a heroine. She had enormous potential and wide information. He called her as a person who has enormous potential, who has so much of potential, as she has achieved such a huge heights as a person, right? And she also had wide information because so he said that it is not easy for anyone to have such a huge amount of information, such a vast variety of information. For a person to become an astronaut, you need different type of knowledge, you need vast variety of knowledge. Vast means you need a wide range of knowledge. Your information should be of different types, like he also mentioned some subjects like biology, astrophysics, and aeronautical engineering, that you should have an encyclopedic knowledge. Okay, as a subject, or in her subject also, but in also the different fields. Her achievements were actually marvelous. Her achievement, whatever she had achieved in her life as a person, she was wonderful. She has achieved whatever she dreamt about because of her hard work. And the journalist was also impressed by the fact that she had so much, so much to offer as a person also. She created history and become an inspiration for everyone. She has created a history. We all know her by her name. We all know that what kind of a person she was. We know that her achievements are well known to everyone. We all has respect for her, right? So her life is a tremendous, that dream can get success. Okay, so, testimony, sorry, it is testimony. So you can say testimony means it is a living, not a living proof, but it is a proof that her dream can get success. Okay, so your dream, if you have a dream, you can get success if you are following the right path, if you have the passion for it, if you have the enthusiasm, if you have the optimism for your dream, you can surely achieve all your dreams, whatever you have. The only thing we need to make them a reality is courage and vision. You must have the courage, that whatever the dream you want to follow, you must have courage to follow it. Even other peoples are opposing it, you must have the courage to go after your dreams. If you feel that this dream which I want to chase is something that can make me a person which I want to be in future. And the vision also is very important. Vision means that what this particular thing can lead me to. Okay, so as you can see from this chapter, that what a great personality Kalpana Chawla was. She, even though she is not between us now, she has given so much to everyone. She has given so much to us as an inspiration. She is a perfect example for everyone to see that dreams can come true if you have the correct vision, if you have the correct courage, and if you have the enthusiasm, optimism for your dreams. It is surely that you will achieve your dreams. Okay, students, so this was the summary of the chapter, and I don't think that I have to repeat what is the learning that we have got from the chapter. As you can clearly read the chapter, after reading and after going through the summary, you can understand that the only thing that the chapter is telling us is that the dreams have their own way. You can create your dreams, you can make them into turn them into reality if you want to, with your courage and vision. So students, this was the chapter, and I have done the summary right now. I have explained the summary to you, and I hope that if you go through this chapter, you will feel that whatever this chapter has to offer us is something that we all need as an inspiration. We all must have this courage, this vision for our own self. The dreams that we have, we should follow it. Okay, students, now let's move on. Okay, children, now we are going to go through the with your worksheet that I have given you. So in this chapter, first question is simple, that you have to write 10 hard words that you can do. Second is write down the word meaning from the chapter. So students, there are no word meaning in this chapter. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go through the chapter, and when you are going through the chapter, you will find some words that are difficult, or the hard words that you have already chosen. You can write the meaning of those hard words. Okay, so I don't want any child to put a message in the group that, ma'am, what we have to do in word meanings. It's simple, that if it is not in the book, you can find it yourself. So it is not such a it's not such a big task for you all to go through the video, go through the chapter and find the words that you find difficult. Okay, now the third question is, children, that use these phrases in sentences of your own after finding out their meaning. So here I will be explaining you the meaning of these phrases. The sentences part, you have to do it yourself. Okay. So the first one is broken apart. So what is the meaning of the phrase broken apart? It simply means separate. Okay. To separate something. So broke apart means separate. Next is staked over. Staked over means it's basically to left a thin line. Okay, for example, if I say that the jet plane stake over the building high in the sky, so it means leaving a thin line, which you might have seen that when a plane flies in a full speed, so it leaves a thin line. Okay, so staked over means left a thin line. Next is spread across. Spread across means widely known. Okay, widely known by everyone. D is lifted off. D is lifted off, which means rose from the launching site. Lifted off means rose from the launching site. Okay, as for a sentence you can simply say that the helicopter lifted off the helipad with the passengers. Okay, something like this you can make sentence. Next is blast off. Blast off means take off noisily. Okay, you might have seen when a rocket launches, it blasts off. It means when the rocket went up in the sky, the noise that it makes is quite it's quite noisy. So it blast off simply means take off noisily. Okay. Next is went off. Went off means continued. Okay, here went off is a phrase. So in phrase went off means continued. Next is cheered along. Cheered along means you can say encouraged. Okay, cheered along means encouraged. Next is on board. On board means inside the plane. Okay, and the last one is carry on, which means continue doing. Okay, so these were the meanings. Now I hope that you can, after listening to the video, after knowing the meaning, you will be able to write the sentences. Now we are going to do textual question answers. And students, textual question answers means the questions are from your book. Okay, from your book means the question is from the back of your book. Okay, at the end of the chapter there are questions in your book, so this is the same questions that I have written here. First question is, where was Kalpana Chawla born? Why is she called an Indian American? So answer to this question is simple. That Kalpana Chawla was born in Karnal in Haryana. At Karnal in Haryana, she was born in India but married an American and became a naturalized citizen. So she is called an Indian American. Why she is called an Indian American? It's because she was born in India. From birth she was an Indian, but when she married her husband, she became an American citizen as he was an American. Okay. Next question is, when and why did she go to the US? Who did she marry? When and why she went to USA? Because Kalpana went to USA for higher studies in aeronautical engineering. There she married the flight instructor Harrison. His full name was Jean Perry Harrison. So you can write it full also, and if you want you can write it like this also, that she went to US to achieve her to get her master's degree in aeronautical engineering, and she married to flight instructor Jean Perry Harrison. Next question is, children, how did she become an astronaut? What gave her the idea that she could be an astronaut? Kalpana had already got a bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering before she went to US. She earned her PhD in aeronautical engineering. In 1994, she was selected by NASA for training as an astronaut. She was encouraged by the people around her. Okay, so why she decided to achieve a master's degree, why she decided to go for to become an astronaut. She wanted, as she has done her masters in aeronautical engineering, and she has also got the PhD degree in aeronautical engineering. So in 1994 she was selected by the NASA Training Institute to become an astronaut. Okay. Next question is, fourth question is, what abilities must an astronaut have according to the journalist? So according to the journalist, the ability an astronaut should have is of, as he said, that astronaut should know lots of different things. Like he mentioned biology and aeronautical engineering. She must have a wide knowledge of science subject, right? These both are science subjects, related to science subjects. So according to him, a person who wants to become an astronaut must have vast variety of knowledge in the subject science. Describe Kalpana Chawla's first mission in space. Kalpana's first mission in Space Shuttle Columbia was nearly 16 days long. She went around the Earth 252 times. Among their colleagues were Japanese and Ukrainian. Okay, so this is simple to understand. Next is, what does Kalpana Chawla say about pursuing a dream? Do you agree with her that success is possible? Kalpana Chawla, a girl from a small town, touched the skies. In her message to college students of Chandigarh from space, she said that it was always possible to realize one's dream. One could certainly get success provided one had the vision and the courage. So you can say, yes, it is possible to get whatever you want if you have a dream. The only thing that is necessary to achieve a dream is the courage and a vision, right courage and right vision. Okay, because not every dream is something that you must follow, but the dream with a right vision and with a correct vision can lead you height. Okay students, so these were the textual questions from your book, and I have also added a reference to context question. So I hope that you can do this by yourself. If you have any doubt regarding this question, you can ask, but you have to do this question by yourself. If you have seen the videos, if you have gone through the chapter by yourself, it is easy for you to understand the paragraph and answer the questions. So students, here I will end the video, and if you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you can ask me in your Zoom sessions. Okay, thank you so much.